In 2024, we have had a lot of people being exposed as scammers and overall just bad people through the likes of Cody Ko, Ava Chris Tyson, and allegedly Mr. Beast. A lot of YouTubers who were once loved and adored by audiences sorted that they could not do no harm to anybody have now been exposed for the disgusting and evil people that they really are. People that don't care about anybody else but themselves and will do anything for fame and money. Aside from the predators that have been exposed this year alone with the likes of Cody Ko and Ava Chris Tyson, it is very well documented that there are predators on every corner of this platform, and there always has been. It seems as though once a YouTuber makes it big, they've built up their massive audience and they have all the money, all the clout, all the fame. They have everything that they could have ever wanted for and everything that they've ever dreamt of. They are suddenly either accused or exposed for being a predator or being a sexual assaulter to multiple people or women. Creators that have been exposed or accused of being a predator or in some counts on other people are the likes of Cody Ko, Dream, George Not Found, Lion Maker, Mini Lad, James Charles, Jim Bob, Drake. Oh, sorry. My fault. I meant Dr. Disrespect. My fault, bar. And finally, EDP445. The most popular creators from that list are the ones that are currently banned on YouTube. Some of them were punished for the accusations, such as being banned and demonetization on their channel, but others remain on the platform still allowed to make content, while others haven't addressed their allegations at all. And it's really scary when you realize that these might not be all of them, that there are more out there that are still yet to be exposed, like how these creators have. So they just continue doing as they please. A lot of these type of creators believe that it's okay to take advantage of their audience members because their audience members look up to them and believe that they cannot do no wrong, and so they choose to take advantage of them and treat them terribly. The same audience that gave them unbelievable amounts of wealth and the opportunity to go and say whatever it is that they want at any time. The audience that gave them the freedom to do anything that they wanted. And then once they have been exposed, they pretend as if either one, they didn't know that the person that they were speaking to was not of age, or two, they pretend as if they are sorry about what they did to the person, even though they are not really sorry for what they did to them. They pretend as if they are really sorry as to what they did to the person, and they are sorry for letting all of their people down, for letting down all the people that believed in them and trusted them. But let's be honest, they aren't really sorry for what they did. They wouldn't have done it in the first place if they truly believed that it was something wrong, because you don't accidentally do something. Because imagine you accidentally slap a 6'5", 365-pound male who's about 3 times your size, and then you're gonna tell him, oh, sorry there, blood, I didn't see you. They're not gonna believe you because you're not being genuine with it. And a lot of them know exactly what they're doing, but they just don't care. They don't care about who they hurt. They don't care about what it will potentially do to their career. They just freaks, bro. They just freaks. In addition to all the predators on the platform, we also have the scammers, or Logan Paul. A scammer by definition is a person who commits fraud or participates in a dishonest scheme, or is Logan Paul. And these scammers are all over YouTube and most commonly found in the self-improvement / hustle culture or alpha male space. So basically what these people will do is that they'll make a video talking about how if you ain't rich at 16, then you are a failure to all of your past, present, and future self, about how you're a disgrace and you've let down your entire family and they expected more from you, about how you're never going to make it in life because you're too lazy to build wealth right now. Then they'll tell you about how they have the secret to generation wealth and they'll give it to you, but you gotta pay their course first, which is about $200 to $1,000. Like, nigga, what? Is that not a scam? Is that not a scam? It seems very obvious that they're lying, right? Because they'll tell you that they became a millionaire in about like 90 days or something like that, right? I don't know if I'm just being a hater or anything, but you can't become a millionaire in 90 days. You can't even become a millionaire in 1 year, bro. Like, it takes time. It takes time, dedication, and a hard work. So much hard work and so much determination to actually achieve this goal. It's not something that you can speed run and then you can expect to keep. There are some people that are able to build wealth from being like having like a couple $1,000s to maybe like having millions at the end of the year. But like after they've reached those millions at the end of the year, then their revenue is gonna start going down. You know why? because they've moved at a pace that is not sustainable. They've worked on it every single day, and all they've thought about is how to grow revenue, and they've completely ignored the strategies of how to keep that revenue. So even if you do become a millionaire in a year, you're gonna lose it very, very quickly. Yet innocent, young and impressionable boys don't know this, and they are convinced into believing that this is how life is, when it isn't. They are brainwashed into believing that these people are their heroes and are somehow going to save them from poverty and make them millionaires within about like 90 days. Isn't 90 days like 3 months? They believe every word that is said to them as if it's gospel, and then in turn they get their money taken away from people who don't really care about them. Now, admittedly, there are some good ones out there. There are some courses that they sell that can genuinely help a struggling and lost soul about any area that they want to improve in, whether it's mental health, exercise, mindset, money, or any other thing that they might be struggling with. But there are just so many bad scammers on YouTube. The people that are genuinely trying to help others and not looking to just take money from other people aren't given a proper chance and are ultimately labeled as scammers. In addition, all these people claim to be able to provide me with generation wealth, right? And they claim that they have all the secrets to obtain it. But if they truly had the generation wealth that they claimed that they had, then they wouldn't be selling it online, would they? They would, number one, keep it to themselves so that they can stay ahead of the competition, because that is how brutal this world is. People will keep information to themselves if it means that you are left behind, and then they progress. That's just how life is. Or number two, if they're a really kind soul, then they would give it to you for free, right? I mean, just think about it. If they had generation wealth, then they wouldn't need to sell a course to make more money, because generation wealth by definition is that it not only changes your life but also changes the life of your children, and it even changes your grandchildren's life, so on and so forth. So if they had generation wealth, and by definition generation wealth goes on for a very long time, then they wouldn't need to sell a course, right? Unless they're actually really selfish. Then they'll just take any penny that they see on the floor. But then it turns out they don't have as much money as they preach. This is why they put a price on their courses, because they don't have the money that they say they have. These type of people don't care about the people that they hurt as long as they get their bag up. Logan Paul. It really amazes me how someone who was made extremely rich and famous can shit on the people who got him there in the first place. That's like biting the hand that feeds you. Scamming an audience member that has made you millions is the equivalent of running a marathon, falling down, and then when somebody picks you up, you push him down and then you continue going, instead of thanking him and then continuing the race together. Like, what? And what makes it even worse is that the person that you push down is like your best friend. It doesn't make any sense. Another thing about YouTube, although they've done a very good job in managing it, is how many legal activities that go on the platform. Things that YouTubers themselves are putting on the platform, such as gambling sites and showing it to their audience, breaking into buildings, shows and concerts, all for a prank or what they deem as content or as entertainment, harassing people on the streets and causing a lot of problems for others just to get that bag. Now, I understand that compared to Twitch and Kick, YouTube has a low number of people doing this, but there's still a large number of creators doing this, and since they are being rewarded for this type of behavior with money and fame, it encourages them to continue and do more of it. Now, this one, I mentioned it in another one of my videos that I did before, which is fake animal rescue videos or animal harmful videos. This is another illegal crime that is going on YouTube, which is where animals are being harmed by people and it's being put on YouTube for entertainment for others to watch. These people are still yet to be punished by YouTube. I'm not going to show the videos themselves because YouTube has a history of taking down other people's videos on topics such as this instead of taking down the original video itself. So I'm not going to show pictures or show the videos, but it is still a massive problem, and it has basically become the norm for this platform. And due to the lack of punishment from YouTube's end, they continue doing it in regardless of the safety of the animals. I'm not going to spend too much time on this point since I already have in a previous video titled The Art of Faking Content. Make sure you go check it out. But in that video, I go into detail as to why these fake animal rescue videos are bad for the platform, about how it harms animals, how it harms creators' reputation, how it harms YouTube's reputation and everything. Just go watch the video, link is in the description. And finally, the last point, which I also mentioned in the video that I talked about earlier, the art of faking content. This final point is fake videos, which doesn't make YouTubers seem evil, but faking videos is another major problem. And because now the credibility of other creators doing the same thing, or the credibility of the platform as a whole, is now ruined because of others. Now, there is nothing wrong with making fake videos, but if a viewer isn't informed that it is a staged video, then it becomes a big problem, especially if it's something that can lead to misinformation being spread around or misunderstood. Videos such as pranks or unbelievable challenges that are said to be, quote, super real can sometimes hurt an individual of how they perceive human behavior and how humans respond to certain problems. They will then imitate those very obnoxious and unnecessary characteristics that they see in these fake videos, display them out onto other people, and then be ridiculed for it. But maybe I'm just looking too deep into it. Maybe giving a disclaimer that the events in the video are fake doesn't make a video more fake, nor does it make the video less entertaining than it would be. It lands the video right in the entertainment industry. Instead of going for realism, you're going for entertainment, and people will not judge you for that. Well, some people will not judge you for that. Claiming that all videos are real when they clearly are not can cause a lot of trust issues between the creator and the consumer of those videos. Videos can be proven as faked or staged later on, and then the viewer will be like, oh my god, I can't believe this creator faked videos, I can't even trust them anymore. Like, you just lost a viewer, bro, just because you faking that shit. It breaks the bond that a viewer might have or have built with that particular creator in general. Okay, and that's a lot of credibility that is lost on YouTube's end. Another way of making fake videos is making commentary or investigative videos such as this one about certain topics or creators that spread false rumors or misinformation. This can not only harm the creator that is being targeted, but the creator making the video in the first place. And people do stuff like this where they spread misinformation about the other creator so that they can have views and they can have money. And the unfortunate truth is that people love to see you come up. They love to see all of your success. They love to see all of your achievements and everything, but they love it even more if they would see you fall from grace. So once a specific YouTuber is targeted, then there is a likelihood that their career is almost certainly over because of that allegation.